Hello everyone, good morning. Am I audible? Good morning, all of you. Am I audible? Please let me know. Okay. So, on behalf of Intelletics, I welcome you all to the first practice paper solving session on 10th standard chemistry. So, as you all know, Monday, that's tomorrow, you have your chemistry paper, the board exam for 10th standard as per the revised syllabus. So, here we are to solve the first paper on chemistry. So we have almost 10 papers to solve. So I want you all to be active on this platform, okay, and keep solving and keep practicing. This should certainly help you out. So without wasting any time, here we go with it. Question number one. The number of electrons gained by the dash is equal to the number of electrons donated by the dash. A. Cathode, anode. B. Anode, cathode. C. Anion, cathode. D. Cation, anode. So the correct answer for this question is B. So the number of electrons gained by the anode is equal to the number of electrons donated by the cathode. Okay, so the answer here is anode and cathode. Going to the next question number 2. Copper and copper ions have dash. So listen to me very carefully. The question is copper and copper ions have dash. A. Same number of protons, neutrons and electrons. B. Same number of protons and electrons but different neutrons. C. Same number of protons and neutrons but different electrons. D. Same number of electrons and neutrons but different protons. And the correct answer for this question should be here it is. I want the students to answer. The correct answer for this will be C. Copper and copper ions have same number of protons and neutrons but different electrons. Coming to the next question number 3. Ammonia molecule has a dash. A. A triple covalent bond. B. A single covalent bond. C. A lone pair of electrons. D. Three lone pair of electrons. So the answer for this question is C. Okay. Ammonia molecule has a lone pair of electrons. So Arushi Shah, you're correct. Coming to the next question number 4. Ionization is a process which takes place in dash. A. Calcium chloride. B. Carbon tetrachloride. C. Methane. D. hydrogen chloride. So the correct answer for this question is D. Ionization is a process which takes place in hydrogen chloride. Coming to the next question, number 5. Identify one statement that does not hold true for electroplating with nickel. Please remember the question reads, identify one statement that does not hold true. That means it is false for electroplating with nickel. A. Electrolyte is NiSO4 solution. B. Cathode is the cleaned article. C. Anode is a block of pure nickel. D. Cathode dissolves in the electrolyte. So what should be the answer for this? One statement that does not hold true for electroplating with nickel. And the correct answer for this question is D. Cathode dissolves in the electrolyte is not a true statement for electroplating with nickel. Coming to the next question, number 6. The observation when ammonium nitrate is heated with sodium hydroxide. So once you start reading it out like that, you have to start figuring it out in your mind what exactly it is going to be. Whether ammonium nitrate, uska formula yaad karo, sodium hydroxide, uska formula yaad karo. So that will help you. So I repeat the question, the observation when ammonium nitrate is heated with sodium hydroxide. A reddish brown gas which turns starch iodide paper blue black. B. A colorless gas which turns moist red litmus blue. C. A greenish yellow gas which turns moist blue litmus paper red. D. A colorless gas which turns lime water milky. So what should be our answer for question number 6? So the correct answer for this question number 6 is B. So when ammonium nitrate is heated with sodium hydroxide, a colorless gas which turns moist red litmus blue is released. Question number 7. The color of the precipitate formed when ferric ions react with sodium hydroxide solution is dash. A. Blue. B. Reddish brown. C. Dirty green. D. Dull white. So what is the color of the precipitate formed when ferric ions react with sodium hydroxide solution? And the correct answer to this question is reddish brown. So a reddish brown precipitate is formed when ferric ions react with sodium hydroxide solution. Question number 8. Halogens dash. A. Are strong oxidizing agents. B. Are electropositive. C. Are strong reducing agents. D. Have one valence electron. And the correct answer for this question is A. Halogens are strong oxidizing agents. Coming to the next, that is question number 9. An element with atomic number 17 belongs to Nash. A. Period 3 group 7. B. Period 3 group 17. C. Period 2 group 17. D. Period 7 group 3. And the correct answer for this question will be this. An element with atomic number 17 would belong to period 3, group 70. Coming to the next question, number 10. Arrange aluminium, sodium, silicon, sulfur in decreasing order of ionization potential. A. Sodium, aluminium, silicon, sulfur. B. Sodium, aluminium, sulfur, silicon. C. Sulfur, silicon, aluminium, sodium. D. Silicon, sulfur, aluminium, sodium. And the correct answer for this question is C. It's sulfur, silicon, aluminium, and sodium. Going ahead to question number 11. Across a period, A. Number of valence electrons remains the same. B. Number of valence electrons increases by 1. C. Chemical properties are similar. D. Number of valence shells increases by 1. So the correct answer for this question is B. So across a period, number of valence electrons increases by 1. Going ahead to the next question, number 12. Covalent compounds dash. Try to recollect what are covalent compounds. So covalent compounds dash. A. Undergo molecular reactions. B. Are hard crystalline solids. C. Are non-volatile. D. Can be electrolyzed in molten state. So the correct answer for this question should be, yeah, anybody? Any guesses? It should be A. Covalent compounds undergo molecular reactions. Coming to the next question, number 13. The empirical formula of a compound whose molecular formula is H2CO2 is dash. The empirical formula of a compound whose molecular formula is H2CO2 is dash. And your options are A. H2C2O2, B. H4CO4, C. H2CO2, D. HCO. And the correct answer for this question is C. H2CO2. So the empirical formula of a compound whose molecular formula is H2CO2 is H2CO2 itself. Going ahead with question number 14. Anode is the oxidizing electrode because dash. A. It is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. B. It has excess of electrons. C. Cations gain electrons from anode. D. Anions lose electrons to anode. So anode is the oxidizing electrode because. And the correct answer for this question will be D. Anions lose electrons to anode. Coming to the next, question number 15. The color change observed when a solution of sodium hydroxide is tested with the following indicators. A. Phenolphthalein turns from colorless to pink. B. Phenolphthalein turns from pink to colorless. C. Methyl orange turns pink. D. Blue litmus turns red. And the correct answer for this question is A. The color change observed when a solution of sodium hydroxide is tested with phenolphthalein, it turns from colorless to pink. Coming to the next, question number 16. Molecular mass is dash. A. Twice the vapor density. B. Half of the vapor density. C. Thrice the vapor density. D. Equal to the vapor density. So what is molecular mass equal to? So molecular mass is twice the vapor density. Keep this in mind, very, very important. Molecular mass is twice the vapor density. Coming to the next question, number 17. The gas liberated when sodium carbonate reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid is dash. A. Carbon dioxide. B. Hydrogen. C. Hydrogen sulfide. D. Sulfur dioxide. So the gas liberated when sodium carbonate reacts with dilute HCl will be dash. And the correct answer for this question is A. Carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide will be liberated when sodium carbonate reacts with dilute HCl. Question number 18. The hydroxide which is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide is dash. A. Copper hydroxide. B. Ferrous hydroxide. C. Lead hydroxide. D. Magnesium hydroxide. And the correct answer for this question is C. Lead hydroxide. Coming to the next question, number 19. The particles that form electrovalent compounds are dash and the bonds between them are dash. A. Electrons and electrostatic forces. B. Ions and van der Waals forces. C. Ions and electrostatic forces. D. Molecules and van der Waals forces. So the particles that form electrovalent compounds are ions and the bonds between them are the electrostatic forces. Question number 20. The salt formed by partial replacement of hydroxyl ion of a base by an acidic radical is dash. A. Sodium sulfite. B. Magnesium hydroxide. C. Basic copper nitrate. D. Zinc hydrogen sulfite. And the correct answer to this question should be C. Basic copper nitrate. So the salt formed by partial replacement of hydroxyl ion of a base by an acidic radical is basic copper nitrate. Question number 21. A soluble metallic compound which reacts with the H plus ions of an acid to form salt and water only is called as dash. And your options are a base, B, an alkali, C, a salt, D, a basic salt. And the correct answer for this question is B. A soluble metallic compound which reacts with the H plus ions of an acid to form salt and water only is called as an alkali. Going to the next question, number 22. The pH of a solution is 6. The pH is increased by adding dash. A. Alcohol. B. Water. C. Hydrochloric acid. D. Sodium hydroxide. So how would you increase the pH of the solution? So it's but obvious by the addition of sodium hydroxide. Going ahead to the question number 23, the condition not used for electroplating is dash. A. Low current for a longer period. B. Ions of the metal to be plated in the electrolyte. C. An alternating source of current. D. The article to be plated is placed at the cathode. Condition not used for electroplating. And the correct answer for this question should be C. So the condition which is not used for electroplating is an alternating source of current. Question number 24. Dash is soluble in water. A. Copper hydroxide. B. Lead hydroxide. C. Potassium hydroxide. D. Zinc hydroxide. So dash is soluble in water. And the correct answer for this question is it's C, that is potassium hydroxide, KOH. Question number 25. When ammonia is passed through copper chloride first in limited quantity and then in excess, the observation is dash. A. Pale blue precipitate soluble to form an inky blue solution. B. Pale blue precipitate insoluble in excess. C. White precipitate soluble in excess to form a colorless solution. D. Deep blue precipitate insoluble in excess. And the correct answer for this question is A. When ammonia is passed through copper chloride first in limited quantity and then in excess, the observation is a pale blue precipitate soluble to form an inky blue solution is formed. Question number 26. Pb plus 2 ion will have a dash when sodium hydroxide is added in excess. A. Chalky white precipitate soluble in excess of NaOH. B. White gelatinous precipitate soluble in excess of NaOH. C. Chalky white PPT, that is precipitate insoluble in excess of NaOH. D. Grayish white precipitate insoluble in excess of NaOH. And the correct answer for this question is A. Pb plus 2 ions will have a chalky white ion. The ion which discharges most readily at the anode is dash. A. Na plus 1. B. H plus. C. SO4 minus 2. D. OH minus 1. And the correct answer for this question is OH minus 1. This is the ion which discharges most readily at the anode. Question number 30. The ions present in the electrolyte are Al plus 3, H plus, Pb plus 2, K plus. The order of preferential discharge is dash. A. H plus, Al plus 3, Pb plus 2, K plus. B. Al plus 3, H plus, Pb plus 2, K plus. C. K plus, Al plus 3, H plus, Pb plus 2. D. H plus, Pb plus 2, Al plus 3, K plus. The correct answer for this question will be D. So the ions present in the electrolyte are Al plus 3, H plus, Pb plus 2, K plus. So the order of preferential discharge is H plus, Pb plus 2, Al plus 3 and then K plus. Coming to the next question number 31. During electrolysis of copper sulfate solution acidified with sulfuric acid and the electrodes are active, the ion which gets discharged at the cathode is dash. A. Cu plus 2, B. OH minus 1, C. SO4 minus 2, D. H plus 1. And the correct answer for this question is A. Cu plus 2. So during electrolysis of copper sulfate solution, which is acidified with sulfuric acid, and the electrodes are active, the ion which gets discharged at the cathode is Cu plus 2. Coming to the next question number 32. The reaction taking place at the anode during electroplating an article with silver is dash. A. 4OH minus 1 gives you 2H2O plus O2. B. Ag plus 1 electron minus gives you A. C. Ag minus 1 electron gives you Ag plus. D. NO3 minus 1 electron gives you NO3. And the correct answer for this question is C. So the reaction taking place at the anode during electroplating an article with silver is C. That is Ag minus 1 electron gives you Ag plus. Coming to the next question number 33. Which of the following does not form an amphoteric oxide? A. Pb, B. Zn, C. Mg, D. Al. And the correct answer for this question will be C. Mg. So Mg does not form an amphoteric oxide. Question number 34. An ionic compound XBr2 will be a dash. A. Soft solid, B. Liquid, C. Gas, D. Crystalline solid. And the correct answer for this question is D. So an ionic compound XBr2 will be a crystalline solid. Going ahead to question number 35. Elements E and F have atomic numbers 6 and 17 respectively. A compound of E and F will be dash. A. Soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvents. B. Soluble in organic solvents but insoluble in water. C. Soluble in water as well as organic solvents. D. Insoluble in water as well as organic solvents. And the correct answer for this question is B. So if elements E and F have atomic numbers 6 and 17 respectively, the compound of E and F will be soluble in organic solvents but insoluble in water. Going to the next question, number 36. The elements having 3 electrons in the valence shell. A, Al and B, B, B and Be, that is boron and beryllium. C, silicon and aluminium. D, boron and silicon. So the elements having 3 electrons in the valence shell. The correct answer for this question will be A, aluminium and boron. Question number 37. An element A has 16 protons. It reacts with magnesium forming dash. A, Mga, B, Mg2a, C, Mga2, D, Mga3. And the correct answer for this question should be Mga. Going ahead to question number 38. Electron affinity is maximum in dash. A, group 17, B, group 1, C, group 2, D, group 18. So the electron affinity is maximum in group 17. Going ahead to the question number 39. A gas cylinder filled with hydrogen holds 25 grams of hydrogen. The same cylinder holds 300 grams of gas X. The vapor density of gas X under the same conditions of temperature and pressure is dash. A, 3, B, 5, C, 12, D, 10. And the correct answer for this question is 12. So if a gas cylinder is filled with hydrogen and it holds 25 grams of hydrogen, the same cylinder when it holds 300 grams of gas X, the vapor density of gas X under the same conditions of temperature and pressure is 12. Question number 40. The percentage of phosphorus in calcium phosphate, that is Ca3PO4 twice, is dash, wherein calcium is equal to 40, phosphorus is equal to 31, oxygen is equal to 16. And your options are A, 310, B, 62, C, 10, D, 20. And the correct answer for this question should be any guesses? What should be the answer? It's D. It's 20. Okay. So friends, we have completed the first practice paper solving here. Okay. We have 9 more papers to solve throughout the day. So I request you all to stay connected so that you can practice with us and go confidently for the paper that's tomorrow, the exams tomorrow. Wish you all the best. Please stay connected. Ask your friends as well for the same so that we can practice together and shine together. Thank you so much. Stay hooked on to this channel. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will get to know when we come for the next live streaming session. Thank you so much.